What's up, everybody? Z3ko Trinity here, bringing you another set of 10 movies. Get my finger in there. Another set of 10 good movies that I'd watched. The name of this video is called the 1 million out of 10 because there is actually not one but two movies in this list that got a million out of 10, which is the absolute highest review that you could give a movie for my channel. But most of these films I watched with my wife, and we picked kind of mainstream movies, so yeah, that's to be expected. But anyway, get to the point. We got the good old Goonies. I had never seen that. Back in middle school, we watched it in school, but I never paid no attention to it because I was mostly with my friends at the time. And I seen Tim Talks Talkie's 4K collection video unboxing of it, and it had inspired me to watch The Goonies. It's one of my wife's favorite movies, and it was phenomenal, very adventurous, love the cast, just all in all a fantastic movie, 10 out of 10. And here is our first, I know, you guys are going to hate me, but this is the first movie for me that gets a million out of 10. And I know what you think, a Pauly Shore movie? Of all movies that exist, this is actually my number one favorite movie that was ever made. No, it ain't no blockbuster hit, but I grew up watching this movie. This was kind of like our family movie growing up, so whenever, mostly that I can remember, is if we were ever stuck on not knowing what to watch together, we would go through all our old DVDs and stuff, and this literally would be the one that we just go with, and I love it. I quote the crap out of it. I think it's fantastic, and it's the reason why I like Pauly Shore, and am a fan of his. And yeah, I absolutely love Son-in-Law. I've watched this movie more than I could count, and I can continue watching it over and over again. In fact, I actually watched it 3 times in a row. That's actually how much I loved it. But yeah, that was my million out of 10. That's one of. Step Up 3 was meh. I was told, I'd never seen the others, but I was told that this one was the best of the 3 so far, so I watched it, and it's half and half. I gave it a 5.0 simply because the acting was bad, and the story was pretty good, and I liked the music, but just, it was just half. I half liked it, half really didn't care. Next up is one of the worst reviews that I have, Band Slam, featuring Vanessa Hudgens. And, yeah, Ali Mikalaka Chaka Maka. Fuck. Anyway, sorry. Just had to. Anyway, I did not care one bit for this movie. The whole beginning of the movie was just trash to me. Middle of the movie was so boring. And then finally it did really good right when it started the competition. So I gave this movie a 3.8 because it actually ends really good. And I really enjoyed the competition and stuff. But that's legitimately it. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say more than that. So, yeah, 3.8. Then we come to The Dark Knight. And I'm going to have to rewatch this because originally I watched it on the DVD that I had. And I had just, literally a couple days ago, upgraded my movies to the 4K. So I got the whole 4K set. And I'm going to rewatch it and the better graphics and stuff like that. So this was my second 1 million out of 10. Fantastic acting, fantastic cinematography. The score was so perfect in this movie. It's quotable. It's just fantastic. Heath Ledger deserved his Oscar for this movie. And it is a shame that he never got to actually receive it since he passed away. But it's just a masterpiece. I clapped in the theater. I clap every time the movie ends. It's fantastic. 1 million out of 10. Then we got Rock of Ages. Really fun movie. I really love the soundtrack in it. As far as like the story goes, it's kind of a little bit dull for me, so that kind of brought the score down that I gave. But really fun movie, really good watch. I don't think I would watch it again. 6.6 is what I had given this one. 13 going on 30. That was my wife's pick, which I really enjoyed this movie when I first watched it, and I still enjoy it now. It's fun, it's flirty, and yes, I'm 30. But just a feel-good movie. If you ever just want a nice feel-good movie to put in, you're kind of like had a bad day or something, you just kind of want to relax, yeah, this would be kind of what you would go for, especially on like date days and stuff. Well, maybe not date days, but you know what I mean. But anyway, good movie. I really don't think it's like a masterpiece or anything, so both me and my wife actually agreed on 7.8. It's a high 7 because, I don't know, it weren't no masterpiece, but it was still a feel-good movie. The next 3 I do not have. I actually rented them because I wanted to watch more modern movies. So I'll just put their image right there. But the first one was The King of Staten Island. Really enjoyed that movie a lot. My only real big problem with it was that it was slow paced. I was kind of like, all right, get to the point. What's this movie about? Because I hadn't heard really nothing on it. But I really enjoyed it. The score in the movie, I love the songs that they picked in the movie. And it was just a really good movie. And I was highly shocked that it was based on a true story, like based on the real guy. So just that spiked the movie up high for me. So I put it as an 8.0. I feel like it could have been a little, I don't know, it's just a little slow pace for me, but that's the score I gave it. Next up, I watched Guns Akimo, and I had a hell of a good time watching this movie. In fact, I ended up watching it twice. My in-laws came over, and we were like, you got to see this movie, so I rented it for a whole other night, and it was so good, very funny, kept your attention through the whole thing. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 9.5. It was just so good. It weren't perfect. I didn't feel like it was worthy of a perfect 10, but yeah, it was good. And finally, for the reviews of the day, this is probably my longest video, so sorry about that. But the final video I'm reviewing is Vivarium. I probably butchered the name, but oh well. This movie was very unique, really creepy. It didn't have a lot to it. And I kind of called it like way ahead of time of what was going to happen. So, I don't know, just the ending really didn't set with me. I might have to give it another shot down the line, but all in all, I gave it a 6.2, mostly because of how creative it was, and how kind of intense some of the scenes were. Like, you really didn't know what was going to happen, and I didn't feel like it was such a bad movie. Like, I don't think it was like half and half, 5.0. I think it was definitely above that, so 6.2 was the best I could give it. But thank you guys for watching. I'm Z3ko Trinity, and I'll see you guys with the next stack of movies. Skadooshkis.